Children, today we will learn how to solve the inequality and how to find the interval that satisfies the inequation. Right? Let's take an example that when we solve any inequations and the factors which we have obtained is in form of x minus a, x minus b, and the value of a is less than b. So what we are discussing is known as method of interval, children. Right? So here on solving the inequality, we have obtained the result as x minus a in bracket and x minus b in bracket, and the value of a and is less than b. This condition we always follow, that whenever we do the factorize and write the expression, the value that we write in left hand side is always lesser than right hand side, right? That means x minus a, x minus b, x minus c, x minus d. In this way we have written the number of brackets. Then the value of a is less than b, is less than c, is less than b, right? In ascending order it must be written, right? Now suppose we are getting two brackets. Let's start with simple example. Two brackets, the product of two, after factorizing we are getting the product of two brackets, x minus a, x minus b, right? And the value of a is less than b. So when we have to find that we are given with that equation is less than equals to 0. Then equation is less than equals to 0. When the product of the two terms is less than 0 or equal to 0. Let's talk about less than 0. When the product of two terms is less than 0. When either of the term is negative, either this is negative or this is negative, or this is positive or this is negative, or this is negative, this is positive, right? Any of the term is negative and one is negative, one is positive, then the product will be always negative. So only one condition we have, that one bracket must be negative and another must be positive. Now children, pay attention. The value of a is less than b. We need to understand that a is less than b. So suppose we need to obtain this bracket as negative value. Okay, so the value of x must be less than a, right? To obtain this bracket negative, to make this bracket negative, the value of x must be less than a. Okay, so smaller value minus bigger value has negative sign, then we'll get the negative value. Are you getting my point? So this will become negative. Now when x become less than a, then a is less than b. So x is less than b as well. So in that case, this bracket will also become negative. Okay, so this bracket cannot be negative in the case that the product is, both the brackets product is less than 0. So what could happen? There is only one condition left, that the value of x is less than b, right? And x is greater than a. That means this bracket must become positive and this bracket must become negative, so that the product must be negative. That means when x is less than b, then the value of this x minus b will be negative and the value of x minus a will be positive. So plus into minus will be always minus. So we can say that when x minus a, x minus b is less than equals to 0, the value of x is always lies in between a and b. That means x must be greater than equals to a and less than equals to b. Or we can represent the value of x as x belongs to in closed interval a comma b. Right children? Now pay attention here. This we have discussed. If it is not equal to sign, no equal to sign written in equations, then we will not write equality sign here also. That means if x minus a, x minus b less than 0 is written, then the value of x will be greater than a and less than b. X will not be equal to a and b, right? So, or we can write as x belongs to in open interval a comma b, right? If we represent this solution on number line, we draw a real number line and we can write number of values. Here we are getting only two factors, but we could get 3, 4, 5 factors. So we will be writing a, b, c, d and so on. But all the numbers should be written in ascending order, smallest to the biggest, right? And plus sign will always come on the extreme right. Extreme right will always be positive. So plus, minus, plus this way. So whenever you have to find when inequality is negative, you can see that inequality is negative in between a and b, and it is positive in less than A and greater than B. We will discuss afterwards. So from here you can see that inequality is negative when x is lying in between A and B, right? Now see the equation when x minus A, x minus B greater than equal to 0 when A is less than B. Now for greater than equal to 0, either both the brackets will be negative or both the brackets must be positive, because the multiplication of minus into minus is again plus, and plus into plus is always plus, right? So both the brackets will become negative only in one condition, that the value of x is less than A. So when x is less than A, x is less than B as well, because A is less than B. So this bracket will be negative, this bracket will become negative, so the product will be positive. So we can say that one solution of this inequality is x must be less than equals to A, right? And for making both the brackets positive, now if x is greater than B, if we take the result, x is greater than B. Now x is greater than B and B is greater than A. So x is automatically become greater than A. So this bracket will be positive because x is greater than B. And this bracket will always be positive because A is less than B, right? So from here we can say that the product of 2 plus into plus is always plus. Then from here the result will be obtained x is greater than equal to B, right? So obtaining the result of the inequality positive, we must take the value of x as less than equals to A and greater than equals to B, right? And we can write this result as x belongs to semi open interval minus infinity to A and union B to plus infinity semi open interval. Alright children, this is the same result I have written. When no equal to sign is there, we will not write equal to sign here, and the value of x will be x is less than A and greater than B. So x belongs to open interval minus infinity to A union open interval B to plus infinity. Alright children, note down this board please. Let's see children, fx upon gx. Suppose fx is some function and gx is some other function. Then we will observe that fx divided by gx will share the same sign as fx into gx, right? Suppose fx is negative and gx is positive, then negative upon positive is always negative. Same as in multiplication, minus into plus is always minus, right? Suppose fx is positive and gx is negative, again positive upon negative is negative. Same as in multiplication, we'll get the same result. Implies that gx is not equals to 0, right? Now what we'll do, we'll multiply the positive term gx square. This is a way of solving, right? Gx square, if we multiply square of the function present in the denominator we have gx square. So so if we do the square of gx, it will become greater than 0. So positive value can be multiplied in the inequality. The sign of the inequality will not change. So if it is written that fx upon gx is greater than 0, and when we multiply gx to the whole square, both sides of the inequality, it will not affect the sign of the inequality, right? Positive value, the multiplication of positive value does not affect the inequality. Now this gx and this square will get cancelled. So what we'll get, fx into gx is greater than 0. So why we are converting? We are trying to find all the possible solutions or all the possible intervals that satisfy the inequality. Okay, so not to make this denominator cross multiply to 0 and equating the solutions, right? So we need to obtain all the solutions so that all the intervals for which the inequality is satisfied. Right children, note down the board please. Let's see some children. In this we have to solve the inequality for x, and the inequality that is given to us is 2x minus 3 less than equals 2x minus 3 whole upon x minus 2x minus 4 less than equals to 0. Now from the given inequality, it is you can clearly see that the denominator of the inequality cannot be equal to 0. So that means the value of x cannot be equals to 2 or 4. right? So these are the conclusion that we can obtain from the inequality by observing the inequality, right? Now let's solve. Now, this is written in the form of fx upon gx. Now first we have to convert into this inequality in the form of fx into gx, so that we can obtain all the possible intervals. 2x minus 3 upon x minus 2 x minus 4, we will multiply x minus 2 x square and x minus 4 square both sides of the inequality, because this is a positive term and we can multiply positive term. It will not affect the inequality, the sign will remain same. Now this x minus 2 will cancel this square and this x minus 4 will cancel this square. When we take 2 common from the first bracket, what we'll get? X2 bracket x minus 3 by 2 x minus 2 x minus 4 less than equals to 0. Cross multiply 2, we'll get the equation at x minus 3 by 2 x minus 2 x minus 4 less than 0. Right, now you can see that all the terms are written in ascending order. 3 by 2 is minimum, then 2 and then 4. So when we write this on the number line, real number line, so 3 by 2 will come first, then 2, then 4. And we know that x cannot be equals to 2 or 4. Now we have to make find the interval for which the inequality has either lesser value than 0 or equal to 0. Right. So for the lesser value of 0, we can say that the inequality is when less than 3 by 2. You can see the minus sign here. That means when the value of x is lesser than 3 by 2, the value of the inequation is negative. And when the value of x is in between 2 and 4, for that value also, for that interval also, the value of the inequality is negative or less than 0. Right. Now you can see that the value of x is either less than equals to 3 by 2 or x is greater than equals to 2 less than 4. So the value of x belongs to, this we can write as x belongs to minus infinity to 3 by 2 in the semi-open interval, union 2 to 4 in an open interval. Alright children, note down this solution please.